Not just sports.
Not just sports, but Noel Epps.
Not just sports.
Not just sports, but Noel Epps.
Not just sports.
Not just sports, but Noel Epps.
Not just sports.
Not just sports, but Noel Epps. Pull up in, not just sports, but Noel Epps. Pull up in, not just sports, but Noel Epps. Pull up in, not just sports, but Noel Epps. Let's begin.
Welcome back to Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. We're a little bit behind time, so just bear with us for a second. Rob, what show are we up to, Bob?
I think this is 17.
We're up to show 17.
Welcome back to
Show
Not Just
17.
Sports by Noel
I'm getting some
Epps.
feedback. We're up to show 17. And guess what? We got our boy back, old reliable. I believe this is his third appearance. Mr. Gary Callis coming straight from Richmond, Virginia. What's up, Gary?
All right, how y'all doing out there?
Gary,
how you doing, Noel?
You sound loud and clear. Okay, but before we get to Gary, you know we got to talk. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got to make sure you can catch us on Roku. Please, people, go get your Roku. Roku is the way to go. It's in all the TVs now. And guess what? It's very inexpensive. So go get your Roku. SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, NJSBNE on Instagram, NJSBNE on Twitter. Also, if you missed any episodes, you could go right to YouTube. You can go right to YouTube and catch episodes 1 through, where we at again, Bob?
17.
1 through 17. Wow. 17 weeks. Okay? And also, please don't forget, right here, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Okay? So again, we have Gary here. We also have, can you put that picture up of my my dog there,
Coming
Bobby?
right up. Coming right up.
This weekend, my dog's birthday was, I want to say Saturday. Saturday, he turned 4 years old, and my dog likes to jump the fence. And unfortunately, I thought we patched up the fence, but he jumped the fence again. And this time, I think somebody took him. He's very well maintained, as you can see in the picture. His name is Reese. He's super friendly. He's a good dog. He's potty trained, the whole 9 yards. But he needs to get his medication. So please, if anybody happens to see any dog that looks like this, he's a Shar-Pei Retriever. Shar-Pei Golden Retriever. Please, that's my phone number. Hit me up. And please see if we can return my dog, because my girls, the Epps girls, are having a little bit of a hard time with this. Okay? So please don't forget that. Also, please don't forget, we still have the young man, Nate Sample. He's still missing. Again, he was on his way to Atlanta. Here we are. Nathaniel Nate Sample. He was on his way to Atlanta since September 26th. He's 27 years old, 125 pounds, small guy. He has a snake tattoo on the left side of his face. He's been missing since September 26th, so this is beginning to get scary. Last wearing a jean jacket with gray sleeves, black pants, and a white stripe down the black pants. Driving a two-door Mercedes, a C250. If you have any information, license plate number, JKU, Jack King Under, 5335. If you have any information, please hit me up on Facebook or notify the authorities. All right? So, in the meantime, we have to get to Gary, because this is a big week for me and Gary. It's a big week for me and Gary because the Cowboys will be playing the Chicago Bears. We will get to that later. But there's a lot of stuff that we need to discuss. Okay? As most of you know, I've been putting out these videos about Lamar Jackson and how I think Lamar Jackson can be contained. Can be contained. Is he stoppable? Yes. Is he unstoppable? No. But he can be contained. Is he great? Yes. He's a great runner. I don't fully believe in him as a thrower. I really need to know what Gary thinks.
Yeah, I think as I remember,
Did you get your teeth knocked out?
no, I don't know what that picture is, but that's a that's a nice picture. That's me warming up.
Yeah, oh, okay. Go ahead.
But you put out a few videos. I wish that the TV viewers could see the two videos you put out about Lamar Jackson in ways that you can contain them. I think they are exactly correct. They are concise. You just got to have the personnel. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about bumping like the bumping of the wide receivers on the outside.
I think that's
And
a very good idea. I think it's a very good idea. But can you do that with Hollywood Brown? Can you play
and
bump and run with him?
that's playing with fire. But
Yes.
but he's also a slender receiver. So it's not like he's like one of those receivers that you have to worry about as far as he's a physical receiver.
Right.
Now he may be able to get out his break quicker than you can put your hands on him, which it will be dangerous. But that's one of those chances you got to take when you playing a Lamar Jackson. You can't be afraid. That's number one, I think.
Yeah, and I asked you earlier, and I asked most of the people this, but they get mad at me when you think outside the box. I asked, name one receiver besides Hollywood Brown that plays with the Baltimore Ravens. Give me one. Come on.
They don't have a prolific receiver.
That's
They do have Snead, which is a gritty veteran receiver. He does know how to get open. I think their main focal points are the tight end position. Greg Roman has brought over that Vernon Davis slash what's the guy
Colin
from Tennessee?
Colin Kaepernick style offense.
Yeah, they had a rendition of that back in the day when they had Vernon Davis and the tight end that went on to Tennessee to be a great tight end. So I think that's what Baltimore is using. Andrews is way better than we thought he would be, and then they got Hurst. So they can block and run routes. So that does put you in a pinch, but I still think that your tactic is correct as how you supposed to defend.
I think you got to squeeze him too, because guess what? He hasn't thrown the ball over. I haven't seen a throw over 20 yards yet.
Right.
He'll nickel and dime you, nickel and dime you, nickel and dime you. So now here you got people talking about, oh, the weather was inclement. The weather being inclement in a NFL game really does not play a role in throwing the football. Why, might you ask? Because there's 20 footballs that they could use in an NFL game. There's 20 footballs. They're never playing with a wet, saturated football like you do in high school.
Right.
That's never the case. And I think people think high school. When you go to college, it's such a big business. Like you see those Tide commercials. You see the Tide commercials. They're frolicking in the mud.
Right.
That don't happen in an NFL game. Even in that monsoon game when San Francisco played Washington.
Right.
It's not that crazy, people.
They definitely put on a great show for you, and they got a great grounds crew who specializes in making sure that everything, like the Packers game the other day, it snowed for a bit. They had the fields well maintained,
Yes.
and
And that was in New Jersey.
So definitely,
Yeah. So now, real quick, because I've missed you for the last 2 weeks, and we got like 2 minutes left. I really need to know what your thoughts were on Colin Kaepernick in that tryout.
Okay, great. All right, so with Kaepernick, I thought that I thought that he had a mission. I thought he had a point that he wanted to address, and he was sticking to that particular viewpoint. But what end up happening is when you get the Nike commercial release, you allowed a Reed to come back and get on a team. You
Another
get
bozo.
different things, but you got little people within the organizations that's speaking out on your behalf. Like, so you got like a faction that's in the NFL, but they're letting it be known. And then, so when you make that stance that he made, he understood, and he actually said he understood what he was getting into. Right. So he does that. Everybody's following, they cheering him on. The NFL, everybody is following suit, and it's going on. So they figure out a way. They give it to the Eagles guy? They gave him a sum, and they called him a sellout.
Yeah. The cornerback, the defensive back.
Yeah, Malcolm Jenkins.
Yes.
So then you're starting to see like the splitting or the conquering and dividing in a sense that you're thinking it is. But then you get to this point where I think right before this happened, Jay-Z was born in. Mm-hmm. And Jay-Z has been well versed in community relations and just the things he's been doing with everything he's done with his growth. So I thought it was a really good situation for him because he's been making a lot of athletes a lot of money. But Kaepernick and them was against it. So I'm like, okay, what are their real agenda about? Right before that, he released the Nike thing. So if I'm not mistaken, he had a Nike shoe. So he comes on, he does all this, and then they set him up and they about to give him the opportunity that he's seeking. And I understand he wants to prove the colluding thing. Okay, I get that. That's what he's harping on. But why even sign up for the audition to pull this situation? And I think a lot of the broadcasters were speaking to this point. Like, if you wanted to control the narrative, you had the whole week to control it. Why not let people know ahead of time this contract they sent me or whatever they sent me is not up to speed? I'm just going to do this workout. If y'all, whoever want to come to this site.
So you're thinking like I'm thinking. You're thinking that he doesn't want to play, but he wants to push the narrative. And that's fine. That's fine. But don't make Jay-Z look like a bozo in this situation. Right. Don't do that. Right. Don't do that. Be straight with Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z's trying to get you to play. And it seems like Jay-Z wasn't told the whole story. But let us take a break. We're gonna come back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Did you figure anything out for Billy's birthday yet?
Yeah, I'm looking at something that's pretty neat. You don't have to worry about cleaning up afterwards or anything. So cool.
Tell me more. You now have my attention and my money.
Remember last year we had a party at the house and the kids messed up the house? Guess what? Bus a Move comes to the house and the children tear up the bus, not the house.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I know it's brilliant. Can't wait. This party is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
The Bus a Move movie bus has a projection screen, fresh popcorn, theater seating, and surround sound for your ultimate movie experience. The Glamour bus has nail painting, face painting, massage chairs, dress-up accessories, and even a fashion show. The Activity bus has a platform with a slide and tunnel, ball pit, dance zone, as well as a few other organized activities. And for all the gamers out there, the gaming bus has a total of 6 screens, popular systems and games, and even a separate rear room with interactive games. Be sure to book us for your next event.
Joseph A. Slinger Haskell Funeral Service, Inc., located at 155 Sunrise Highway, Amityville, New York, 631-842-2788. We service the Amityville and surrounding areas, shipping foreign and domestic with cremation services available. With every service being catered to your personal needs, we here at Slinger Haskell Funeral Service will treat your family like it's our family. Again, we are located at 155 Sunrise Highway, Amityville, Long Island, 631-842-2788.
Genesis Fuel has affordable heating oil for your home or commercial property. Genesis Fuel is family owned and operated for the past 16 years. It's going to get cold. Call 631-249-1438 or www.genesisfueloil.com. Genesis Fuel services Suffolk, Nassau, and Queens. So call 631-249-1438. That's 631-249-1438 or check out www.genesisfueloil.com.
Did you figure anything out for Billy's birthday yet?
Okay, and we're back. We're just having some technical difficulties with Gary. Gary's calling from Virginia. So we're just having some technical difficulties we're trying to get through here. So we're going to read some posts from you guys on the live feed. Mookie Thompson asks, he asks Gary, what's good with the Cubbies, a.k.a. the Honey Bears? Told you Trubumsky is what is advertised. Okay, that's from Mookie Thompson. Okay, Craig Davis. Again, Craig Davis doesn't understand football. Craig Davis understands playing Madden. That's all he understands. Listen to this again. He's nonstop. Totally wrong. Jackson and Brown torched in the first game of this season. The team they played, I think it was Miami. You're talking about Miami! You're talking about Miami! Everybody torches Miami! What is he talking about? Except the Philadelphia Shingles, of course, and the New York Jets. But everybody torches Miami. They're the practice dummies. That's not impressive. Hooked up multiple times with 20-yard passes, plays the game. And you got to remember, Minka Fitzpatrick was there. He didn't want to be there. And Cheyenne McCargo is heavy on that boxing. I got to get him in here because I got to critique Deontay Wilder. And I think Tyson Fury is going to beat up Deontay Wilder. And I know Cheyenne McCargo is close to Deontay Wilder. So I got to get Cheyenne McCargo in here sometime after the new year. I got to get him in here. Okay, but Gary's back. Gary is back. Okay, Gary, let's go over this week's games. Last week's games. Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
It was excellent. Money Maker Mitch made that beautiful day for me.
Where's my whistle? We ain't going to do the Money Maker Mitch. Hold on. The Chicago Bears escaped Detroit. With Jeff Driscoll and who's the other kid? I don't even know the other kid.
Right.
They escaped Detroit. Speak on it. I'm gonna let you have your time. Go ahead.
Thank you. Clutch Trubisky. I thought
we're not gonna do the Clutch to Trubisky. We're not gonna do the Money Mitch. Okay, please just call him Mitch.
I just thought that he decided to get out of his head. He's had a strong 3 to 4 weeks campaign. Ever since we switched our center back to our center from last year, who was able to now call the line audibles and the blocking schemes, he's been comfortable in the pocket. I don't know if he was just not comfortable with the other center prior to, but he just looks like a whole different quarterback. I am releasing. I talked to Mitch the other day, and we're going to go on the Money Making Mitch redemption tour for these last 4 games. I got us going to the playoffs.
You got to go to the playoffs?
Yes, sir.
You do realize, hold on. Now, I'm glad you said this because I want you to know how silly you sound. You do realize that Green Bay and Minnesota is in this conference.
I do realize that. I realize Green Bay plays good against other teams, and they only scored 10 points against us. So if we score 20, we'll be good. That was the first game of the season. I don't know why the schedule makers does that to us, but they choose to do that, and I give them credit. Give Green Bay an early win and help them out. The refs already helped them out anyway. So
your Green Bay hate, your Green Bay Minnesota hate knows no levels, knows no boundaries. It really doesn't. So now I'm gonna give you some good news. I saw a very interesting stat today.
Right.
Listen to this stat. Tom Brady has completed 61% of his passes.
Right.
Mitch Trubisky, Mitch, has completed 63% of his passes. Right. Is this really a coaching issue?
Right. It was a coaching issue. I think the good part about what Trubisky did, he manned up. He got out of his little boy self, and he realized that this coach and this organization drafted him second, so he has a say. So, like, when they was about to blitz him with the Rams game and the coach decided that he was going to bench him on national TV, he said to himself, you know what, I'm going to speak out. He did the Nino Brown thing, and he said, listen, if I go down, everybody's going down. So he started telling the truth. And that's when the coach fell in line. He started telling the media, listen, I like rollouts. I like play action. I like hurrying up and going shotgun. All this going to the line and taking the clock down, that ain't me. I'm a fast-paced thinker, and that's why I do good in the clutch situation, because I play fast.
So you think
play fast.
You think that Mitch Trubisky walked into the all coach's office and said, boom, this is what we need to do for me to be successful?
He didn't say that in the coach's office. He said that in the press conference, because Mitch if you saw anything about Mitch, he has never thrown his team under the bus. He has never. He has taken all the blame. And I think the problem was he was internalizing it, and he was making it about him, and he tried to be perfect, and he never got out of his head. Once he decided to stand up for himself, you know, it's just like being bullied. He decided to stand up. I think he went on the Enough thing with Jennifer Lopez. He watched that movie, and he decided to defend himself. And he just wasn't going to take it no more. And so you remember one key thing that Jennifer Lopez said that the trainer told her, that a coward will always try to kick you when you're down. And that's what Trubisky realized. He said, you know what, they're going to kick me anyway. And that's what they've been doing. And he said, listen, release this tour. The redemption tour is on the way. Bet on Mitch, and we're going to win it. And that's what I'm doing.
I can't
I'm here to stay.
I can't take your foolishness right now. So let's move on. Buffalo goes into Dallas on Thanksgiving Day and beats the Dallas Cowboys. It's time Jason Garrett goes. Jason Garrett needs to be fired. I can't take any more of Jason Garrett. This makes no sense. I've been on a 4-year rant, Gary. 4 years trying to get this man fired. Hire me. I will do better, because I'm going to make them accountable. How does Zeke Elliott only have 12 carries?
Yes.
He was rolling in the first half. He gets 2 carries for the rest of the game. What is going on? Stop blaming Dak. It ain't Dak's fault.
Right.
Craig Davis, you don't have a clue. Craig Davis, they have 4 down territory. 3rd and 1. They throw the ball. That's the right play call.
All right.
But it ain't them. It's Jason Garrett. He's a bozo. He's a clown. And I hope the New York Giants, the big blue dopes, I hope they hire him. Because I can't take it no more. Listen. This man, Jerry Jones, needs a lappy dog so bad. And that's all Jason Garrett is. He's a lappy dog. I'll let you, please me. I'll let you go, because I can't take it.
No, I don't think that you're not telling the truth. I think that you're spot on. I think the fact that also I think
I
that
can't take it, Gary.
I think our defense is not as stellar
We
as it
can't
was
stop the
last year.
run. We can't stop the run. Teams are gashing us running the ball.
And that wasn't happening last year. You had and I say that Von what's his name? Von Ish
Von
has
Esch,
had
he's hurt right
problems and
now.
he has been out. But I don't know if he having a sophomore slump. I don't know if Jalen Smith with the money. When you start giving people new money, the locker room changes. They're not the same guys that's trying to earn salaries like they was a year ago. So it's a lot of paid people on that defense. It's a lot of paid people on that offense. So you just don't know what's the character of a team when you start dishing out them M's. I do think that the coach has to, in the media, change his approach. He don't fuss. He don't yell.
All he do is clap. All he do is clap. That's all he do.
Himself.
So all he does is clap.
He don't do anything. He don't have any emotion. I mean, the new age sports, like they like the coaches that have emotion, that they feel that's like in tune with them, and they could run through a brick wall for. And I don't think that he inspires that team to do that.
Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. And that's the problem. He doesn't inspire anybody. He can't inspire me, a fat mess, to eat. It's disgusting. I watch them, and I can't even eat. I can't even enjoy my lunch watching the Cowboys. Listen, I made sure I had Thanksgiving dinner before the game.
Right.
It was disgusting. Hodge Sanchez, Buffalo is one solid wide receiver from taking that division over. They're very good defensively. They're very good defensively.
So do you give Tre'Davious White, like if you had that trade all over again, because you remember White got traded, was the guy that was drafted when Buffalo gave Kansas City that draft pick, they picked Mahomes. Do you think that's an equal?
Yes, because you need a quarterback. Quarterback is everything.
So what Buffalo ended up doing is they got a quarterback and a shutdown corner.
Yeah, but they don't have Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is special. Okay. I'll give 2 for 1 for Patrick Mahomes in a heartbeat.
Right.
So let's go on. We'll go through this quickly. Okay. New Orleans put Atlanta back in its place. San Francisco at Baltimore. Let me tell you, people, San Francisco discovered the formula late. They discovered the formula late because they put the clamps on Lamar Jackson for the most part.
They did. Early on, you kept seeing Bosa like sprint down and tackle ghosts, or tackle
tackle a running back without the ball.
Lamar going the other way.
Yeah.
He got it together late, and it forced Lamar to do other things.
Okay, people, here is my thought process on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, you can't allow him to beat you with his feet. He's too good with his feet. So guess what? Make him a thrower. Has he improved as a thrower? Yes, he has improved. But guess what? He doesn't push the ball down the field. Everything's to a tight end. 15-yard throws, 10-yard throws, 8-yard throws. It's never him pushing the ball down the field, people. I'm only telling the truth. You ain't got to like it. But let me tell you something. Their offensive line is playing well, and low-key, that defense is playing well. Now, San Francisco discovered something with runs on the perimeter. They were gashing them with runs on the perimeter with their, I believe, is it Mozart, their third-string running back?
Running back, yes.
He's the third running back. He went for almost 160.
Yes. So, I mean, they got a ton of speed at the running back position. So they do always filter them in and out as the game progresses. But Mozart, he gives them the same type of speed that a breeder would give them on that edge. My biggest thing is we never seen Baltimore. I guess was McAfee. He went out, but Baltimore just been overachieving with their backers. They don't have a superstar. You know, C.J. Mosley walked in the offseason, so they don't have a superstar, but they have plenty of talent and they well coached. You have to give Jim Harbaugh. I mean, excuse me,
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh his credit.
Give him a lot of credit. Give him a lot of credit.
He's a talented coach. He's top 10, top 5, hands down.
Give him a lot of credit. You know. John Harbaugh is coaching his behind off. This is probably his best year for me. Okay?
I agree.
Washington beats Carolina, and then Ron Rivera gets fired. That is awful on so many levels. That's not fair. That's not fair. This is not on Ron Rivera, people. This is not fair. What do you think about that?
Well, I think what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna realize that they fired a top 15, top 10 coach. Like, the coach can coach. And he's been putting, I mean, you have a guy, Rich Allen or whoever he is.
Kyle
Allen, and he's playing
very good. Out. Very good as a rookie backup.
Yeah, he's playing lights out. You know, it comes down that, okay, you're 13, 14 games in now. Is enough film on this guy that now, as coaches, as offensive coach, as defenses, you got to realize, okay, we're going to have to give them a little more help. We can't get away with some of the plays we was getting away with early. And that's what ended up happening. Like, they came in, they played flat against the Redskins. They thought maybe the Redskins was laying down and quitting, but they didn't understand that, you know, they got Callahan as the coach. So he has something to play for himself. So he's going to coach the hell out of this team.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Excuse me. He's going to coach them.
And they discovered something. They may have discovered Darius Geis. They may have discovered Darius Geis.
And that's another key thing for them. He's been oft injured the last 2 years. And to have him come back to pair up with Peterson has been remarkable for him. Callahan always liked to run the ball. He had Charlie Garner and them in the Super Bowl running the ball.
Mm-hmm. Bobby, we're gonna pass this commercial break. We're gonna keep going. Okay. Cincinnati with the New York Jets. New York Jets versus Cincinnati. I can't take it. I can't. Listen. Listen, man. Listen. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Jets fan. Like, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Why can't the Jets just string 3 wins together? Why is this so hard to do? Why do we go to lonely Cincinnati? I looked at the stands. There was 5 people in the stadium. So the Jets have a home field advantage. What is the problem? Why can't we? I don't get it. I really don't understand. Please, walk me through this.
I think it might got something to do with that. Where's Michael Ray Richardson thing? Like, I think they probably did him so bad that y'all got the curse now.
When Michael Ray Richardson disappeared, he disappeared. You couldn't find Michael Ray Richardson.
So,
you couldn't find Michael Ray Richardson. You didn't have enough cocaine in the world to find Michael Ray Richardson.
He was a tremendous talent, but he knew how to get low.
Oh man. Listen to Craig Davis. When you going to give Mike Tomlin credit? We're going to talk about Mike Tomlin. He's coaching out of his mind right now. We're going to talk about Mike Tomlin. Relax.
Yes.
Dwayne Edward Eliza, my guy. I love this guy. We're going down with the ship. That's what I like about Dwayne Edward Eliza. He's very loyal. Okay, Tennessee goes to the Indianapolis. I picked Tennessee to win this game. I thought they would. Tampa Bay goes into Jacksonville and beats Jacksonville. Oakland goes to the Kansas City and gets smacked. Not surprised by that. Philadelphia. This is why I know the Cowboys going to win the division. This is why I know the Cowboys going to win the division. Here the Cowboys is trying to give it to Philadelphia. They trying to hand it to Philadelphia. Here, take the division. Philadelphia said, nope, we don't want the division. So they go into Miami and let Ryan Fitzpatrick and the muddle huddle offense beat them. Please, please, give me some excuses on why you're going to tell me that you think Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott. Go ahead, let's listen to your foolishness.
I pretty much do not think he's
Oh,
better than you. Like I think
okay,
that.
you come to your senses.
Well, I mean, my biggest thing is what I'm starting to see is Doug Peterson may have been a product of Frank Wright. You know, he may have had
Oh,
just stellar
very,
assistants.
very astute, and very astute of you, sir. Say that again.
Yeah, I think that Doug Peterson has probably was fortunate to have Frank Wright on his coaching staff,
Didn't think
like
of
as
that.
the offensive coordinator, because
That's very good.
you have seen the offense after Frank Wright left, and they haven't been they haven't even achieved that Super Bowl standards. Like now we saw Carson Wentz before the injury, but we saw him with Frank Wright. We didn't see him with this, Frank Wright list team. And it's like I don't think the play calling, I don't think any of that fits Carson Wentz's strong suit. Like he's not getting out on the perimeter. They pretty much thinks he's a pocket passer. And he's not that. He hasn't been that. He wasn't that.
That's very good. That's a very good pickup by you. Very good pickup. But before we go on, let me do this because I forgot. Yesterday was my aunt Debbie Haynes' birthday. Happy birthday, Debbie Haynes. My aunt, she is just heaven sent. I love her to death. She's lost over 118 pounds. My Aunt Debbie, I love you. You're doing awesome, baby. Keep up the good work. And also, my second wife, who I finally married off. My second wife, Stacy Cotton Victor. Shout out to my man, Hayden Victor, for taking her off my hands. Shout out to him. Today is Stacy's birthday. Happy birthday, Stacy. Okay, let's move on. Green Bay goes and pounds the Giants just like we thought they would. The Rams pound Arizona just like I thought they would. The Chargers, what a bozo play by that corner, getting a pass interference with 5 seconds left on the clock for them to run the field goal team and kick the field goal. What a terrible play by that corner. Cleveland goes into Pittsburgh, and let me do this. Let me say this, because I've railed on Mike Tomlin. I've railed on him long enough. Let's give it up for Mike Tomlin. I'll tell you this about Mike Tomlin. He's a master motivator. He's a master motivator. I don't think he's a great XO guy, but he's a master motivator. I will give that to Mike Tomlin. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the season ends today. Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs.
Right.
They're in the playoffs without Ben Roethlisberger.
Right.
Okay?
See, the whole thing about what that is, when they was 0-3, he didn't just sit down and lay down on his laurels and say, you know what?
You right about that.
We could say that we don't have a quarterback. We could say that we don't have Antonio Brown or any of those players. He went out and traded his first round.
And that Minka Fitzpatrick trade is paying dividends.
Paying big dividends. He even got Joe Hayden woke back up because he don't have to be the tremendous corner. He just got to be a good, solid corner now. So I like the trade. I like what Pittsburgh doing. You went in with your third quarterback. I even like the little hidden message that he sent. Like, I don't think he too much respected Mason Rudolph after what he did. Yeah. So he gave it poetic justice. He didn't, the league didn't find you I'm going to bench you for the rest of the season because you can't play quarterback for me doing stuff like that. So Cleveland's
a dumpster fire. Cleveland's a hot mess. And then the next game was New England at Houston. And let me tell you something. Tom Brady's being exposed. That receiver core is being exposed. And I told you, how do you beat Tom Brady? The Miami Dolphins have always given us this remedy of how you beat Tom Brady. You blitz A-gaps and you punch him in the mouth as often as you can. You press up those receivers because they don't have one receiver that can run by you. And look what people are doing. They can't get separation. Julian Edelman don't run by you. He runs away from you. There's a difference.
All right.
And
Well, I mean, they had a good run.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't count them out yet because they won the game they supposed to won, so they're going to be in the playoffs. Beat them in the playoffs and make me a believer that way.
You right about that.
Regular season.
You right about that. You 100% right about that. And Minnesota goes into Seattle, and Seattle, something happened at halftime because Seattle went on a run, a serious run. Okay, but we'll be back. We'll be back, Gary. 2 minutes.
Did you figure anything out for Billy's birthday yet?
Yeah, I'm looking at something that's pretty neat. You don't have to worry about cleaning up afterwards or anything. So cool.
Tell me more. You now have my attention and my money.
Remember last year we had a party at the house and the kids messed up the house? Guess what? Bus a Move comes to the house and the children tear up the bus, not the house.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I know it's brilliant. Can't wait. This party is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
The Bus a Move movie bus has a projection screen, fresh popcorn, theater seating, and surround sound for your ultimate movie experience. The Glamour bus has nail painting, face painting, massage chairs, dress-up accessories, and even a fashion show. The Activity bus has a platform with its slide and tunnel, ball pit, dance zone, as well as a few other organized activities. And for all the gamers out there, the Gaming bus has a total of 6 screens, popular systems and games, and even a separate rear room with interactive games. Be sure to book us for your next event.
Joseph A. Slinger Haskell Funeral Service, Inc., located at 155 Sunrise Highway, Amityville, New York, 631-842-2788. We service the Amityville and surrounding areas, shipping foreign and domestic with cremation services available. With every service being catered to your personal needs, we here at Slinger Haskell Funeral Service will treat your family like it's our family. Again, we are located at 155 Sunrise Highway, Amityville, Long Island, 631-842-2788.
Genesis Fuel has affordable heating oil for your home or commercial property. Genesis Fuel is family owned and operated for the past 16 years. It's going to get cold. Call 631-249-1438 or www.genesisfueloil.com. Genesis Fuel services Suffolk, Nassau, and Queens. So call 631-249-1438. That's 631-249-1438 or check out www.genesisfueloil.com.
And we're back. And we're back with my boy Gary Callis coming straight from Virginia. Gary, how you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. It's a lot better when you reach 500 and you got a chance versus when you feel like life is over and you're looking for options for next year.
Okay, so let's talk to the people real quick because Dre Lazo has said some foolishness. Okay, Craig Davis, Philly had better receivers when they won with Frank Reich. They had Deshaun Jackson, who was out for the year, aside from Jeffries. Basically, the same receivers as there.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
They didn't have Deshaun
They
Jackson.
they don't have Deshaun Jackson this year. He basically played one game. So that's not stop making excuses. Stop making excuses.
They might have had a more stout running game.
Yes.
With Blunt, Ajay.
Yeah.
And those type runners, but no.
Yeah. Gloria Powell, my auntie, Gloria Williams Powell. Hello. Dre Lazo. Here he come with the foolishness. AB can save Dallas. AB can't save himself. How can he save Dallas? He can't save a $30 million bag. How can he save Dallas?
Correct. He was just in the news again for saying something or posting some weirdness about Kraft after he just told Kraft he apologized. So, I mean, nobody got time for that.
He's a bozo. Next, let's move on. Let's move on. This week is me and Gary. I will be on the phone heavy with Gary this weekend because, not this weekend, this Thursday, because
Thursday.
Dallas is going into Chicago. And we're going to make sure we score 30 plus while y'all score barely 14. Talk about it, Gary.
So,
Hey, Gary, please come with the truth.
okay, so let's do this. This is the first leg of the Trubisky redemption tour. Now, one of like the beautiful part about the redemption tour is we have a few guys who are enemies of Trubisky. So we like to call them enemies of the state. Now, this guy Noel is adamant about how garbage Trubisky is.
Super
Like
trash.
he does not let me breathe a second if Trubisky do one thing. If he sneeze right and he looks left when he sneezes, he's off. So he's gonna fire off on me. The one scary part about this game for me is that we do not have our stellar DT back, DN back at Akeem Hicks, who will be back next week. Dallas does have a tremendous top 5 line. So I'm a little worried about that part. Like, I don't want the coaching staff to get it together and realize that they got to do a more run, play action, pass type scheme.
I'm glad you said that. Jason Garrett. Can I get a close up? I need Jason Garrett to see me. Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones. If Ezekiel Elliott don't run this ball 25 to 30 times, I got issues. Major issues.
The big part is y'all have a chance. We got to win out, lose no more than one.
Dallas Cowboys stick the nail in the coffin Thursday night.
And that's going to be a great, tremendous matchup. I do think that y'all will get everything you asking for out of Clutch Trubisky. I think Clutch Trubisky knows what he's up against. I know that he knows that
Clutch
if
Trubisky.
we win out, we gets into the playoffs, period. And he now knows that, and he will make that happen.
Carolina versus Atlanta. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Atlanta.
Indianapolis at Tampa Bay. This Tampa Bay team is hard to figure out. Indianapolis at Tampa Bay. Who you got?
I like Tampa Bay. Brisket hasn't been as solid as people. I'm surprised nobody is getting on him. He's been erratic.
He had a knee injury. He hasn't been right since the knee injury.
Right, I agree.
Okay, listen. Miami at the New York Jets. Okay, listen. I am going to blow a gasket if the Jets lose. I am going to have such issues if the Jets lose. I might need counseling. The Jets better not lose to Miami twice this year. This better not happen. Who you got, Gary?
I got Miami. I think that the coach staff has decided that we got 2 to 3 first round picks.
Amazing.
So we're gonna show the team that we got, because we got rid of all the
this guy is amazing.
Locker room guys. We're gonna show everybody that we can coach. Just believe in us. I got Miami.
Oh man, here we go. This is a great game. San Francisco at New Orleans.
My only problem with this game is Drew Brees can't throw no more than 40 yards. That's my only problem. But they at home. I think San Francisco, their style of play, they compact for the road and be at home. But I'm gonna go on the limb just because I do not like San Francisco. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Aurora. I'm Love Workman. You saying Jets. It better be Jets. Aurora, you might be the first person I call if it's not Jets. Okay. So you taking New Orleans, because you can't stay in San Francisco. Shout out to
Yeah.
my man Clyde Middleton. He's been quite
Yeah.
quiet this week. Detroit at
Clickbait.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Detroit at Minnesota. Who you got?
You know that injury to their running back, their
Yeah.
star running back,
Yeah.
is going to play dividends.
Yeah, but you
They
know what?
like
That backup ain't bad. The kid
no,
out of
he's
Boise
not
State ain't
bad,
bad.
and that probably helps them out that they went and got a better backup than they had. But it's no replacing this guy
That's true.
who's he's not from the Poker Beans, but
Yeah,
he's a
he close.
neighboring, you know.
He close to them poking beans. He close. Denver
Yeah,
at
so
Houston. Denver at Houston. Who you got?
I got you said who is the next one? Titans.
No, Denver at Houston. Who you got?
Oh yeah. I got Houston. Houston is in the competition for winning that division. So shout out to the guy that's giving my quarterback hell. One of the guys.
Okay, so you're taking Houston. I'm taking Houston. Washington
Yeah.
at Green Bay. Please, do we need to discuss this?
Haskins. They on a 2-game winning streak. I'm going with them. I think that the coaching staff got the recipe.
This guy
and guess
is out
what?
of his
I
mind.
can't stand
Your
Green
hate
Bay.
for Green
So,
Bay knows no boundaries.
Right.
Your hate for
right.
Green Bay knows no boundaries. Aaron Rodgers is going to hang up almost 50 points on them. Stop playing. You know better.
Wow. Wow.
Baltimore at Buffalo.
Great, another great one. Give me Buffalo. I like what they do. I think Ed Oliver, those ends, they got a chance to look at the film. That front seven is gonna be a lot better than you think that they are.
Shout out to Victor for marrying Stacy Cotton and taking Stacy Cotton, my former second wife, off my hands. Shout out to Victor. Okay. So you taking who? Baltimore?
No, I'm taking Buffalo.
I got a funny feeling about this game. I think Buffalo's going to beat them too. I really do. This is a good matchup for Baltimore. Buffalo.
It's a great matchup. I think their front seven is a great tandem. Ed Oliver, they already got Hughes, they got Lawson.
Yep.
Those linebackers are pretty swift. They get to the ball. Milano. I got Buffalo.
Cincinnati at Cleveland. I'm taking Cleveland. Cleveland's a hot mess, but I'm going to take them anyway. Who you got, real quick?
I got the Bengals.
Okay, that sounds good to me too.
Dalton.
They don't deserve it. Chargers at Jacksonville. Real quick, who you got?
Jacksonville.
Tennessee at Oakland. Who you got?
Tennessee.
Kansas City at New England.
I got New England. I got New England. They don't have Kareem Hunt this year to help them out.
Interesting. So you don't believe Patrick Mahomes is going to light it up, huh?
Nah, I'm not. I think Bill Belichick got something for them. I think that he's in their head after that playoff win.
Edgy, my guy Edgy, what's good for the Brooklyn Bengals? One of these shows, we're going to do semi-pro football. One of these shows after the new year. Pittsburgh at Arizona.
Pittsburgh
going to make this tough for people. They're going to make this tough for people. Seattle at the Rams.
Seattle, you know me. And Russ, we believe in.
Yeah, the gangster. That's the gangster.
Yeah. Certified.
Last but not least, the Big Blue Dopes versus the Sheagles. We don't need to watch this game, but just in case we have to, who you got?
I got the Eagles. I think they're going to pull it together.
You got the Eagles, huh?
Yeah.
You got the Eagles. So do I. Listen, Gary, thank you, sir. You've been a gem again. I love your point about Frank Reich and Doug Peterson. You've been a gem, sir. You know what you're talking about. We got to have you back on Sunday. We're going to get focused and have you back on Sunday. So thank you again. Everybody, Gary Callis, coming straight from Virginia. Shout out,
Make
shout
sure
out.
y'all make sure y'all donate the tissues to Noel for Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see you Thursday. All right, my brother?
All right, have a great one.
You too.
Bye.
Peace. Okay, everybody, again, you can catch me on Roku, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Spreaker, NJSBNE on Instagram, NJSBNE on Twitter. You can catch me on YouTube. And you can catch me every Sunday at 9 a.m. because we know 1 hour is just not enough. And right here, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Strong Island TV. So please, 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 go get that Roku. Please support. Matter of fact, thank you for your support. Your support has been tremendous. And thank you for the haters because you keep me coming. You keep me motivated. Thank you for the haters. Again, thank you for Gary Callis. Thank you for my people in Virginia. Thank you, Bobby. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. My birthday's New Year's Day. I will see you next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. right here on Strong Island TV. Peace.
Only a few.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Appreciate what's about to happen.
Welcome to Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot to discuss. Okay, this is an abbreviated show. All I know is the first. Because I got this to do. But I promise I will. Listen, I'm not running from